My screen visible, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, thank you for confirming. Yeah. So yesterday, just a recap. We talk about Jira project. We talk about templates, type, issues, workflows, right? So if I go inside Jira, then here you can view all the projects, whatever the projects we are creating here. From here you can create our projects, or you can create projects directly issue from here, but you have to choose the project. So it's not for creating the project, or you can create a project from here also. So I have already discussed yesterday that there are different types of project templates: software development, service, work, product, marketing, human resource, finance, and different verticals are here. And based on these different verticals, there are different project templates are there, right? So according to your need, if there is a HR person want to use this Jira tool, then they have some different templates for them, like for policy management, performance, recruitment, HR service management. Similarly, some operations people want to use, then they have to use one of the templates from here, or whatever they want to use, so they can choose accordingly templates from here. So we are mostly focusing on the software development, so we have these templates. We also know that whatever the difference between Kanban and Scrum. Then bug tracking, if we are only focusing on defect tracking or bug tracking for purpose of using Jira is just for defect tracking, then we can go with this one, right? And service is there. Then I have already shown to you that you choose the template like this, use template, and once you decided the template, thereafter you have to decide the what project type you want to proceed with. Like first one is the team managed project, and second one is the company managed project. I have already mentioned that team managed projects have more control over the project by the project team, or the lead or the project manager who are leading that project. If there are more than one teams in an organization, they have, and the team want their own control over the configuration, everything, then they should proceed with this team managed. And if the working style or framework of working of each and every team is same, then without worry we can proceed with the company managed projects. So better to choose this team managed. And here you can see the templates type, then project name, ABC project. I'm just typing for you, sorry. Also there is a private, limited, open access level. So within the organization, I always recommended to go with the private. And then next, so this is the board. Once you created the project, you will be able to see the first screen is the board. The board is the on the board you can see columns of different status, right? Like to do, in progress, done. You can add here more status, like instead of to do, I want to add more in assigned, right? Sorry, assigned. I added one more column, so, and I want to be there here. So it could be look like this one. To do is the to do. I have not assigned anyone. If someone is assigned, you will get the message or email. In progress, done. Something I can reorganize or configure this board. And this is the timeline. Whatever the we decide the timeline for each task, you can see there. Here we are creating the backlogs, list of the tasks or issues, and then here we are creating the sprints. we can have multiple sprints, and within the multiple sprints we can have multiple issues or bugs we can put there. And once you have put it the task or bugs there, like we did already on this project, this Scrum one, this backlog, this was the first sprint, this was the second sprint. And once some sprint is completed, we should mark with the sprint is complete, right? So one new thing is that if you can see, Zero completed 7 open issues, so none of the task is completed, done. So if I mark all to the done, and suppose that these 3 tasks were in progress, one is the to do, and if I mark it to complete, like sprint cannot be completed, there are incomplete subtasks, okay, it will alert you that there are some subtasks which are not in completed inside this story, so I will have to make them completed as well, done. Now you can see this is done. So now if I mark this sprint completed, it will show that 4 completed issues, 3 open, and move the open issues to sprint 2, because I have one sprint 2. These are the 3 tasks still need to be done. It will move to the sprint 2, and this sprint will be closed, right? So you can see these 3 tasks are moved here, right? So this is the way you close the sprint or complete the sprint, and whatever the task not completed or in any other status, it will move to the new sprint. And we have also seen some workflow. Like you can manage your workflow, how you look like your team should be work, like this, or the default. I can move this one, remove this one, and update the workflow, right? So it's my choice how I want to organize my workflow in my team, right? So this was a little recap, and also I've also shown to you if you are adding any issue, you can also add some custom fields on the, like here, no task because I have not started this sprint. If I suppose that I have started this one, here it's showing just a description, and I want more fields to be here, so I can add the custom fields as well for the issues. So guys, also I'll show you how the Kanban type of projects was working. Like this one, there was no any sprint, so this was a simple layout, and status are also in column form. Only thing is that a sprint is not available here. You can decide your timeline according to your progress or continuous development. So this is just a recap of yesterday what we did. Any question on this? Any question, guys? Or are we good to move forward? So I think all are set. We can move forward. Okay. So we are going to touch with some interesting topic today, including some better understanding of how especially defect can be tracked in JIRA, how JIRA can be integrated with some other applications, how you can create reports or see the reports in JIRA, how you can create your custom dashboard, users and permissions, like there can be different types of users, and how users can be created, groups can be created, and how we can assign permissions to those users. One is the JIRA query language, like we have SQL. Similarly, there is jQuery. So JIRA had its own high level human readable query can be right there, and you can get the reports. And you will see then some automations, how you can do the automations in JIRA. Like some tasks are keep repeating, repetitive. One person is keep doing the same thing, repetitive. So JIRA is giving some flexibility to automate those things which are in repetitive in nature. No manual intervention will be required. If there is some trigger, something is happening, and on the basis of that, some action should be taken. So that should not be like the same for the every organization or every team. But my team, in my workflow, I want, if this is happening, and on the basis of this another task should be automatically executed, or process should be executed inside JIRA, then we can automate. So they are giving such options. We'll see. So yesterday we are already talked about Kanban, Scrum, and different templates are there. So we are organization, and if there is a team who is especially looking into the making sure the quality of product or project should be fine, then defect tracking should have the team should have better understanding of this defect tracking. So see how it's little different from other Kanban and Scrum. So we'll see how we can, because the workflow may be some different than the other workflows. Like I'm creating some bugs that will be in to-do state, and after the creating all the bugs, now I'm starting to assign these bugs to my team members. So till now we have not seen this one. We have only seen this to do, in progress, and done. So I want this new in my workflow assigned also. So I'll add this one, right? Thereafter we'll create a Kanban board, because I want to see some columnar view of my issues, where they are, what is the status of each one in some better visualization. We may need to create some custom issue type, because in if you're tracking defects can be of like a blocker, maybe not blocker, but it's nice to have something like that. Different issue type can be there in the case of defects. So we can create some custom issue type also if we are only dealing with the defect tracking, and we can also prioritize the bugs, right? So let us see once example how we can especially work with the defect tracking. So I'm going to create a project, and this is the bug tracking template. I'll choose this one, use this template, and suppose that my try a team name, project goal, or milestone, right? To team name my QA team, I'm just putting in the QA team one level up, something like this, right? So if you see, once I creating a project using that bug tracking template, it's very different than the what we have seen till now. You are redirecting to this on this issues listing page. Nothing is there, so it's not coming here. And you see there is some text here written project equal to QT order by created descending. So basically this is the JQL. We'll see how this we can write our own JQL, right? So right now nothing is there. I'm going to my, so basically we need to create our some special board. So I'm not looking to create a Scrum board. I will create the Kanban, right? And I want to create this board from my existing project which I have created, QA team one level up. So board name is, suppose that QA team, just, and project, this one I have created, right? So this is the board. There is some configuration needed if you're especially working with the bug tracking, right? So you see now I have my board. I can create issue here, and you can see different type of issue type: epic, improvement, task, new feature, something like this, right? This is issue list, as you see the first time. Then this is the list format. This is in calendar format. Kanban board, the board we have created right now. Timeline is there. So all are there. And now if you see, we're done with the Kanban board. Now we need to create issue types. So right now if you're going to create a issue, if you see here, epic, improvement, task, and new feature are there. Maybe I need some a special type of issue like blocker or something like that, or test cases, something like that, right? So for that I need to go inside this global setting, then issues, right? Then you see here issue type, right? So I'm just giving a name like a blocker or something like, or standard issue type, subtype. So I'm keep taking as a standard issue type. So I've done with creating the issue type. Then we have to create the schemes also. And here, what was my JIRA project? This one I had created, right? Then I have to edit this one, right? So see, I had created this new issue type, right? So I have to drag here, because in my current scheme it's these are the list, and right now I've created this new one, right? So I have to add here. So I have added a new issue type. Then I have to do some screen setting. I'll see the screen setting some. So if I go inside my that project, this one, I'm opening a new tab. New issue. here you see the different priority are coming here, right? Priorities are there. And also I wanted to show you one second here. If you see, this type is now coming, right? Blocker issue, right? Or a team, suppose that creating test cases, right? So similarly, I can create here, name is a test case, right? Then go inside the issue type schemas. This was my project. Edit. So this is the test case. I'll drop here, save, and if I go and create a new bug or new issue, actually bug tracking I'm naming this, but I've created new type. So see here, one test case is coming. Right? So this is how you can, here see priority is medium, and according to high, low priority you can adjust of that bug, right? Also some configuration is coming. Configuration means you can add custom fields, right? So I hope this one little more helpful to the team who are dealing with creating defects or creating, or the QA team who is going to use this tool as a defect tracking tool. Any question, guys? Any question? Okay, Ramesh, thank you for acknowledging. Sorry. So let us jump on to the next topic. Sorry. So our next topic is integrations with JIRA. As the term integrations itself explanatory, that we are going to integrate some third-party application with JIRA. Why we need to integrate third-party? JIRA is definitely serving the purpose of managing the task, managing the issue, managing the defects. So if a team is working on a development of project and different tasks are assigned, and team is also using GitHub GitHub for version control of their code. So I want, whenever a task is created or developer want to start work on a task, he should be able to create the branch of the new task from the JIRA itself to the GitHub, so that task wise branch is created from the main branch, and once the task is completed, developer will push the code to his branch, reviewer will review and merge the code into the main branch. So So basically, there is association between task and GitHub. So I think it's a better example for the development team. So if you see here, integrations with JIRA. So app sometimes we call is add-on or plugin, and that can be installed, and basically they enhance the functionality of our instance of JIRA, and we need to spend less time. Suppose that developer is working and he is taking creating a branch from GitHub repository for a task, randomly choosing some name of the branch and working on. So when the reviewer will look into, the reviewer will not able to understand that for which task this code is posted for in this branch. But if the branch was created from the JIRA, because JIRA and GitHub are linked, there will be better understanding by the reviewer or the developer that this code commit or code post was only for the this task. So there is a you can say symmetry between the what is the task and what is the code post for. And approx 3000 JIRA apps are there, so I think we do not need all. Some of the task apps can be used according to the usage of the team and person who are using JIRA. This also can be integrated, this JIRA can be integrated with Slack, Microsoft Teams, Google, Zoom, etc. So if you see here, if a design team is using JIRA, then they can integrate the JIRA with the Adobe XD, InVision, Figma, Glyphy, Draw, Bathsmake, Lucidchart, Miro, right? Similarly, if the IT team is using JIRA, they usually use the tools or applications like OPS, Genie, Jenkins, Dynatrace, GitHub, Git integration for JIRA, Script Runner, Slack or Zendesk. Business teams is there, then sometimes they use Trello. Trello is common to developer as well. Slack is also common to developers. Microsoft Teams, Google Sheets, Excel, Gmail, Microsoft Outlook, Confluence. And if team is software engineering team, then they usually use the Bitbucket. Bitbucket is one of the project or product of Altacian, like JIRA. Optimizely, GitHub, LaunchDarkly, Jenkins, Circle CI, G5 for JIRA, and automation for JIRA. So these are the third-party apps can be integrated with JIRA, right? So let us see some practical examples how, because we are talking about so if you see here, there is a apps in navigation bar, apps. So recommended for your team, this is a recommendation JIRA is giving me. Use the Power BI, EasyBuy, BI and Slack. So they have some recommendation, but I'm not going to use them. I'm going to manage apps, right? So if you see here, this is the user installed apps. So it's a toolkit. So I'm going to search some, suppose I'll find new apps here. And the list is very long. If you start to look into Synergy, Script Runner, X-Ray, Timesheet. So if you start to look into, there are lots of across 3000 apps are there, which can be integrated with the JIRA. So list is very long, so it will be very hard to keep scrolling here. So let us see one of the app I'm going to integrate with the GitHub, right? So GitHub integration with JIRA, I'm going to use GitHub for JIRA, right? This is free. Some of the apps are paid. You need to pay to the probably JIRA to get those. So get app, I am adding GitHub to JIRA for JIRA, sorry. So if get started. So connect GitHub to JIRA. Like you see, you connect your Gmail with another third-party applications for the login. Similarly, you are allowing JIRA or GitHub to connect with the JIRA, right? Next. Yes, I'm already logged in my GitHub accounts. If you see here, GitHub, I'm already logged in. That's why it's not asking to log in me, right? So you can see these are my repositories. So so that's why it was not asking. 1 second. Yeah. So this is my repo name, CodeJ. Then connect. CodeJ is now connected with this account is connected with the JIRA now. Now exit the setup, right? You see here, finished. And you can check here. Actually, previously I have connected with this repository. So I can change this repository. So to change, I have to log in. Actually, this was demo for the another batch. That's why it was already linked. So you see here, you can change the repository. Either it will ask while I was connecting the JIRA with the my account, it will also ask which your repository you want to connect with. So right now you see, I do not want to connect all the repository, only selected repository. So I'll choose one up from here. So if you see here, JIRA demo, already they are selected, right? JIRA demo, right? Then it's already okay. Save. Okay. So what we did till now? What are the things now mapped with my JIRA account to the GitHub? My account is linked, and what is this one? Anybody can tell me what I have linked here?
Repository.
Yeah, a specific repository, because this is my project, and definitely this project will have one project repository. So I've linked my this complete project with this repository, right? So integration is already done here. So if you, I'm just opening this Scrum project. Suppose that a developer has started to work on this project, right? You see a change here, right? If there was no any GitHub integration, these links will be not displayed here. As I have already linked and one repository is linked, that's why it's giving me an option to create a branch, right? Once I click here, it will again ask repository name, main branch, and you see the branch name. Branch name is same as the task name. You see, with this code and the story name. So it's giving some meaningful branch name, or you can modify, it's your choice. So this branch is created. If you see in the GitHub, this is the branch, right? This is the branch. And on the repository, there is just one text, JIRA demo, nothing else. So how I can work with this branch? So if I have to work with this branch, this is the branch name, right? Suppose that guys, this is specific for the developers, so anybody who are not in development, they may face some understanding issue. So but good to have this knowledge. So I have already taken a clone of that repository here. So what I need to do here, if I have to work, anybody can help me to understand what I need to do to work with that branch? Git checkout. You see, I have checked out in this branch, right? So if you see, this was the only text in that branch. When I was looking at the GitHub, this is only written there in this file readme. So here I can write something, just typing this text. So then if you see, you want to get what the commit format will be, here is the commit format, right? Here the commit message format, it's already giving, JIRA is giving to you. So after adding that changes, you have to commit, and you can write here message, a small change, right? And once you have committed, what you need to do? Anybody can help me? Git push. Okay, we have to mention the branch name also. So this will be the exact command, right? Git push, set up a stream, origin, this branch name where I want to push my changes, right? Guys, actually I'm making these changes. I've taken the clone of that repository in my BS code. Now if you go inside this file, I refresh this, you see the change. So you are able to create branch from JIRA. You can work with that code in that branch in your VS code and just push the code into your branch, this branch, right? It's not yet merged into the main branch. So my reviewer or my senior or my team lead will review, and when he is satisfied that everything fine, then he will merge the code into the main repository. So guys, I hope you have some understanding how an app can be integrated with JIRA. Any question on this one? Any question? So are we good to move forward, or if any question, I'll be happy to discuss with them. Guys, I'm looking this session to be two-way communication, not only single way. Am I audible?
Yes, Jay. Yeah, we are looking on it, but slightly crossed with other work. Sorry, Jay.
Okay.
Tabbing between two things, following you and following another thing also. That's sorry.
Okay, no problem.
We are here.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, great. So we're done with the defect tracking, we're done with the app integration. Now the next important thing is you are doing all the things and the list of the issues closed, issues open, in progress, this list can be very huge if the project size is bigger or if you are using JIRA since long time, right? So in that case, reports will be helpful to you. And definitely there is a dashboard, right? Dashboard is whenever you log in, you see the first screen, that is dashboard. But according to your choice, you can create your own dashboard and use JIRA. So how we can see some reports? I'm just closing this. First of all, I'm going inside my project, right? So if you see here, reports is not visible here. We'll try to find reports, where is reports, but it's not here. So for that, here you have to click the add view. And in the more view, you see this report is disabled, right? You have to enable it. Once we enabled it, go back to project, you'll be able to see these reports, right? So JIRA provides reports in some, you can say, chart format, and it's something which is more makes meaning to your projects. So the one is the burn up report, like according to the timeline, everything. If you work in the bigger project, some timeline you decided, then you will have some picture here. Sprint burn down is there. Velocity report. Cumulative flow diagram. This is the, I think to do is more. Then there is some in progress, then it is the done. So this is a cumulative flow diagram. Then cycle time. And then if you have more data, you can have these reports. So whenever you're looking some effective reports for your team or for your stakeholders, you can create and generate reports from here, right? Next is dashboard. So once you click a project, you see the screen like this, right? Or once you click the JIRA, you see the screen like this. If you're clicking this is the dashboard. But you want a different layout, not like this one. So for this, I have to click dashboard and create a new dashboard. So here you can create a new dashboard. So you can name it anything like my personal dashboard, right? Or should I create the dashboard for me only, or my all team members should use? So it's my choice, right?
Sorry, Jay. Can you just how did you got this create dashboard? Which button you have clicked?
You see, this is the dashboards, right?
Dashboard. Okay, from there.
and view all and create dashboards.
Okay.
This one, right? So here you can type here my personal dashboard, right? You can put some descriptions and am I looking this for a particular user, my whole organization, on a particular group, or a particular project. So it's my choice for which I'm creating this dashboard. So suppose that I'm just using for me only, and editors who can change this dashboard, me only or some user or group or project people who are linked with that, right? So it's upon me. So once you created this one, now you can, here are some gadgets, lots of gadgets are there, right? So I don't think drag is working. One second. There is some issue with JIRA because drag is somehow not working. So just put the activities stream. This one is coming here, right? And I want assigned to me task should be come here also in my dashboard. So this is also coming. Somehow drag is not working. I'm not sure it's at the end of JIRA issue. Drag is not working. Guys, any one of you are able to drag this one here? If someone is trying, please let me know. Is this working for you? This link is also not working, or neither it can be dragged here. So there is some issue at the JIRA end, so nothing to worry. So you see here, I want to see what are the tasks assigned to me and activity stream only on my dashboard. Once done, right? Now I'm clicking JIRA, and this was the default dashboard, but I'm looking my personal dashboard. So my personal dashboard will come like this, right? This need to be configured, so maybe configuration is required. Thereafter it will show some data. So I can create my custom dashboard according to my need. Clear, guys? Anybody trying to create their own dashboard? So, are you all the who are the attending this session have the access of the JIRA, or yet to be used?
We have the access, Jay.
Okay, great. So I think you can just see and try out this how you can create your dashboard. Could you please try in just 2 minutes and let me know if it's working for you? So I think it's a very easy stuff, as we are not developing something, we are just listening and learning to use a already existing tool and application. So it should not be a big learning curve. It's all about put some attention, understand, and implement in your projects. So this should not be a burden, this should be a useful tool. So we have some understanding about JIRA reports and dashboard. So I had also created some slides for that. So before that I have also given you the demonstration. So basically reports are of 4 types here: agile report, DevOps report, issue analysis report, and forecast and management reports. So based on that, whatever the you can see reports you want to generate, you can generate from there. JIRA dashboard, we have already talked about that. We can drag and drop some gadgets already in the right side, whatever seen, into the placeholder. And a system dashboard is which you see the by default. The first time you log in and see a dashboard, so that is the system dashboard. And only JIRA administrator, JIRA admin, I think JIRA admin is the person who on the account who has created the instance on JIRA. So basically that is the JIRA admin, and that person has a right to change that layout. Okay, now something very interesting: users and permissions. So do we need 5-minute break, or you can continue?
You can continue.
Okay, fine. So users and permissions, definitely we are talking about issues, you're talking about workflow. So the issues and workflow, and third the important core of JIRA is users. So users will work on the issue based on the workflow decided by the lead or project lead or the JIRA admin. And those different users will have different permissions. Some can create projects, some can delete projects, some can view only, some can edit only, some can make a transition like to do to in progress. Some cannot be done, cannot be allowed to do the transition. Some can only see, view. So those type of permissions is also required based on the who is using that tool, based on the need, right? So if you talk about users and permission, then user is an individual who can log in to JIRA, and also this counts towards the license. If I have license of JIRA, that is not unlimited, maybe that is 100 user license, then only 100 people account can be created. Then there is a group means it's the collection of users, and if I'm giving some permission to that group, it means all the permission which is assigned to a group will be applicable to all the members or users in that group. Using group is an easy, convenient way for managing a collection of users when multiple users in an organization need the same permissions and restrictions. So in one go, suppose you have created a group in JIRA, and that group has like development group, and there are 20 members, and you want to give all 20 members same permissions. So you can put the permission for that group and put all the permissions will be applicable to all the users inside that group. And also whenever you create a project or first time you create an account on JIRA, 2 groups are by default created. One is the JIRA administrators, another is JIRA software users. So Let us see in the JIRA. You see here user management. Seems slow. Yeah. So this is the user management screen. Here you see there are team behind every success. Okay, definitely. And if you want to add multiple users inside your JIRA, you put their email IDs here, right? And add team members, or you can invite them as well, just putting the email IDs here also, right? And while inviting, you can also put them inside a particular group. You can also give them, send them personalized email, like you can type here what email you want to send them, what's the body of that email. So you can do from here. So here in the bulk you can do, here you can type email addresses by separated by comma and invite. So it's almost both are same thing. And the only thing is that what JIRA service you want to give them access of. So service management, customer, JIRA user level permission this user will get, and this user will not have the admin access, right? So there is some restrictive permissions will be there, whoever will be invited. So you see I had created one user here and invited here, right? And once user is created, you can see the details, add user to a group, right? So I have different groups. New dev group, I can add this user to a particular group, right? And if you see details of this user, you will be able to see the details and also group membership. This user is connected with or linked with which groups, right? And what are the permissions this user have, what are the product this user can access. Also it's a visual here, you can change, right? Do you want to make him the product admin? Yes, no, right? It's your choice. Here you can create the groups, like my new UST group users, right? I've created this group and I can add the members to this group. Suppose that I'm adding this member Sangeeta only. So she is added inside this group. We can remove, we can see the details of this user here, right? No product access is there, so I can especially give the JIRA access, right? So what is the meaning of this? The group, my new UST group users have access, this group has access of this JIRA software, right? And whoever will added for this group will have user permission, right? So Sangeeta is added here, in this group, if I add another user also, that user will have also permission of a user, right? With no product admin permissions. So these are the, you can invite users, you can someone is already requesting to join your board through some link, you can give access from here, right? So any question on this users and groups? I think many people know about this one. Okay. Now if I click again this user management here, so we're talking about account. I have only one account, I can create more than one. So I'm not going to verify my domain and anything. So if you're looking to such thing, you need to do, but it's hardly it's needed to work on in this side. Now go to the system, or before going into the system, I'm just opening this project, Scrum project. And if you see here project setting, here is the access, right? So I can add more people here for the project. I want to add Sangeeta as a member or viewer as an administrator. I'm just adding as a viewer, right? So Sangeeta will only able to view. Viewer means viewers can search through, view and comment on your team OS, but not much else. Edit or delete it, the user will not able to do, or not create a task, right? So limited permission I have given for this user. Now go inside the system, and if you see here, there is a project role. So these are the some different roles here, right? So I can create new role, like administrator. Here is a role, a project role that represent administrator in a project. View usage. So this administrator is linked with these projects. This is the developer. This role is not associated with any notification scheme permission issue, so nothing is there. So what is the meaning of this? In this role, developers, I added one user, Sangeeta. So we can create multiple sorry, rows here. Then there is a permissions. So if you see, here are different users and groups, and they have some permissions. One is the administer JIRA. These are the permission for the administrator JIRA, and these are the users or groups are linked with this permission. Sorry. So create team manage projects. There are different JIRA permissions are there. And from this permission I can assign this permission to particular group. Like this, I want complete my UST group users to assign browse users and groups, right? So if you see the browse users and group permission, this is added, this group is added, and this is the permissions for this group. And in this group, this is the group, one user is only there, right? So basically what is happening here, this is the JIRA permissions. These are different types of permissions are there, right? And on basis of this permission, we can link these permissions to particular group. You see, all these are the groups, and they have the users and they have some permissions. And if you see configure permissions in user management, so these are the 4 products this my account have. Like users access setting is there, users invite, I think it's not like that. One second. So guys, the idea is that we can have different, these are the JIRA permissions created by JIRA complete set, and you can create a group, add users in those groups, and assign these permissions to that or to those groups. So this is the permissions and user management here. So I hope some clarity is there, how you can create users, how you can create groups, how you can add users to those groups, and how you can give permissions, different permissions, JIRA permissions to those group users, right? Any question on this one? Anybody asking something, because I'm not able to hear properly?
There is a question in the chat window, Jay.
Okay. Can we add users to one project? No, that users can be in the multiple, because see, you see the project setting, and there was access, right? Here I'm adding the people. So anyone who is here in user management. So when you are inviting the users, you are not dealing with any project here. You are just adding as a JIRA user, right? As a JIRA user. Once that is a JIRA user, you can create multiple projects. Like Jay is here also, Sangeeta is also here in this first Scrum, and my Kanban project is there. And if you see the access project setting, access, Jay is also here, and I can add Sangeeta also here, right, as a member. The same member can be added into the multiple projects. I hope it's clear, right? So I hope I have answered your question, Rini. Rini, have you still are you getting problem in adding same user to multiple projects? Also, Ramesh, you have some regarding unable to drag apps to my desk. This problem is at the JIRA end. This should be draggable. That is not working. Their application has some issue. That drag is not working.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Rini, I think I have answered your question. So I think Rini is not nearby. Okay. So we can assign same user to multiple projects. Now, if you talk about the two default groups created when you create any account on JIRA, one is the JIRA administrators and another is the JIRA users. These two are the default user groups. Sorry, one is the administrator group, another is the users group. And the role is of this group is administrators. I have already shown this one to you inside this project roles, administrators, right? And if you see the global permissions, so this was the default admin account, admin user, admin group is created. So, and this has the administrator access, right? So permissions are permissions schemes. So permissions is that are setting that control what users can see and what they can do within the JIRA. For example, the same person can dictate whether users can create new projects or whether a user can see a specific type of comment on an issue, right? So guys, I think we're clear about this one, right? Permissions and roles and users. Now type of permission, when the global project permissions, issue permissions. So whenever you are assigning some permissions, maybe you are assigning permission is global level. Some permissions can be at project level, right? Project level means in the project you are able to create a project or delete a project, or you are allowed to do or not do. Issue permissions, are you allowed to create an issue? Are you allowed to make a transition that issue from one status to another status? So you can do all these things. So global permissions include like bulk edit, bulk move, bulk workflow transitions, bulk delete. You can do browse users, JIRA users, JIRA administrator, JIRA system administrators. These all comes under the global permissions. Project permissions are, these are the project permissions like administrator project, browse projects, managing a sprint workflow. These are the issue permissions. Assign issue, assignable user, close issue, create issue, delete issue, edit issue, or these are the permissions you can set. So if I go into my project, you can see here manage roles. For this project we have 3 roles: administrator, member and viewer, right? And suppose that I want some users to be able to only comment, not do anything in my project. So I'll create a new role, comment role, right? Only they can comment. I'm just giving this permission, right? Not a single action this user can perform, and I'm giving this to one particular user, Sangeeta, right? Close. So Sangeeta is in this project. She has multiple roles. Viewer, definitely she has to view, then she will able to comment. So she will be only able to make a comment or only able to view, right? Or you can make just a, because this is meaningless until she is not able to see. So that's why viewer is needed, right? So are you able to see how we can restrict access to the project, what action they can do? Suppose that I am looking to create another role. This person can only not able to delete anything. Create and edit only, right? I'm added here. So what this person can do? Create and add, remove vouchers. No, I'm not giving this access. Edit a comment, edit due date, edit I'm just giving edit and create permissions. Edit. Attachment that person can create issues. View watchers. So I've created a different role here. Manage roles, right? So what this person can do, whoever, I'll add a member in this project, and if I'm assigning this role, what it means. Anybody? Anybody, guys? So are you see the benefit of this manage roles, what you can do here? Anybody can help me to understand if they are understanding what you can do from here. What you can do through the manage roles. How is helping if you are managing roles? What you are restricting basically? Am I audible?
Yes.
So could anybody help me to understand what this role is helping? How this role is helping?
You can set the access permissions to that role.
Yeah, we can create the access permissions and then we can assign that permission to,
That role.
yeah, that permission to a particular user, right? Who is working in your project. So if you see here, these are the users working on the project. Access, they have the access of this project, right? These two users have access of this project, and now I'm also creating different roles so that they will be able to work according to these roles. I'm not looking to allow anybody to delete 5%, specific 5% should not be able to delete anything in my project. So I will not give. From here, I'll create a new role such that I'll not check the delete options, right? I'll avoid to check the delete. I will not check the delete and assign these roles to those users. So you can have better control over the permissions here. So good, then we can move to the next topic. I understand, guys, this is something very theoretical, being a technical guys, and they are listening something very theoretical. As this is developed by someone, maybe something, but definitely this will help who are using this tool for their projects. Definitely this is going to help in their projects so that they can deliver the project with some confidence for the customer, for the client, for the users. So the next topic, so here is also two things are there. So here are two roles, role A, role B. Like I have created multiple roles here. If you see here, access, manage roles. So if you see, Sangeeta, here is the two roles C has, and this J has only one role. So user 1 have role A, role B. So one user can have multiple roles. User 2 have role A and role B, but user 3 has only role A, right? Now the next thing is the JQL. It's a JIRA query language, right? So basically this is advanced search. Whenever you have to search something, like here the search field is given, right? You can search here, find it here according to your need, right? I am only looking my ALB. So all ALB things are coming here, right? Some filters are also here. You can check these filters and get some. I'm looking to only open status. So open status are coming here. I'm looking only done. Done status is coming here. I'm looking only those issues which are reported by me. All are coming here. Assigning. I want to see all the issues of J coming here, right? I want to see by project, by past year, 7 days, 30 days, yesterday, today, anytime, right? So you can do this one, but sometimes you need to have some advanced search. So here if you go view all filters, right? So if you go inside create a filter, you see here something created greater than equal to last 30 days. So it is written minus 30D, order by created descending. So basically this is the JQL. They have their own way of writing some queries to query the JIRA about the projects, about the issues, about the epic, about sprint, whatever you want to do here. So you can make a search, advanced search using this JQL. So this is the JQL, right? And if want to know more about this JQL, then if you search here JIRA JQL, right? So this is their detailed documentation here. There's some syntax, some keywords which can be used. What is the advanced search in JIRA Cloud? JQL functions are there. Like these are the functions, right? These are the sub functions approved. So they have their own JQL created to make the advanced search. Developer status. Keywords, operators, all these fields are there, right? So suppose I was doing one basic search here. I'm looking for inside this project type story status done, right? So you are getting this is the list. If you see the JQL, what JQL generated, created last 30 days, project equal to, this is the code. Here you can use the code of the project. While you're creating the project, some key was created for that project. So for the project, it's using this one. You can write the full name of also. Type story, status done, order by created descending. So you can write your own JQL instead of some advanced JQL. Some functions you can use. JQL functions, they have already mentioned here how to use those So it's all about that you have to deep dive and how to use these things, because in this short period of time it will be hard to deal with this JQL each and everything. So whoever interested to do some advanced search using JIRA, they can go and deep dive into it. So guys, have any I hope you understand about what is JQL. I can remove this. I'm just searching for project MFSP. So everything coming for the MFSP, right? So I hope since this JQL is not much big thing, and it's hardly needed, but some reports you are not able to get using this basic search screen. All these filters, whatever we were use these filters, so you can go with the JQL, right? You can use this one. Next and very important thing is the JIRA automation. So as I told in the beginning, can anybody tell me what is the purpose of automation? Why we need to automate? Anybody?
Repeated tasks can be automated, which are repeating.
Definitely. Why I need to automate repeated ones, right? So JIRA has given the flexibility so that suppose that I have mentioned in the earlier, something need to be done, and it's a choice of the particular team or the organization. They want to automate this process or they want to go and do that manually. Some will believe that no need to go. If the thing is repeated and same scenario is there, I will automate this process. So my time will be saved and I can utilize my time into other stuffs, right? So that in that way we can go and use the automations, right? So if you talk in the context of JIRA, the same thing. Allow us to focus on the work that matters, removing the need to perform the manual repetitive tasks by allowing teams to automate their task process and workflows. With simple no code rule builder, we can create automation rules to take care of everything from the most simple repetitive task to the most complex scenarios, all in a few clicks. So there is a, like we are doing some workflow, we are editing and creating our workflow. Similarly, you can automate the process or workflow. So basically there are three key elements in automations. One is the trigger. Trigger means kick off the rule. What action you are not action, what activity is going to happen. Is there any conditions? It's optional. Maybe condition will be there or not there, but something is going to happen, and then on that I need some action. So basically three key elements of automation rules: triggers, conditions, actions. So these are the building block of automations, right? So let us see how this look like. If I go to my this Scrum project and go inside the project setting, you will be able to see the automation. Right? So see guys, this will be very, very interesting. You will enjoy. I believe I enjoy, and you will also enjoy. Try these three simple rules for your team. like they have given. When an issue is transitioned, then automatically assign. When all child issues are completed, then close parent. When parent is completed, then close all child issues. So what was happening? If you see your project again, these are the tasks or stories. Sorry. Inside it, I am adding few child tasks. Child task 1, child task 2, right? I've added 2 child tasks. By default, what will happen? Do you think if I mark this done, this will be done? No, by default, right? If I'm making the main story is done, the child are not by also. I believe that if I'm doing the main task as done, and my rule is that in the team that all child tasks would be done. But by default, JIRA is not doing this one. But if you go inside the automation, let us use this one. Right? This is the one written automation. When issue is transition to done, for parent, status done is equal to done, and children match status equal to done, transition issue to done. Let us turn this rule. Now let us see what is going to happen. And this is the another task. I'm creating child for this also. Child 1, child 2. Sorry. Now if I mark it to done, what was the rule? The rule was when all child are completed, then close the parent. Okay, this was the reverse. We need to have one second. Actually, that rule was when child are done, let me do is the to do, right? And make it done. So let us see what will happen. You see the magic? What happened? Anybody noticed?
It has changed to done now.
Yeah, parent is changed to done, right? Automatically, because I have automate that process, right? Now let me automate another process. That will be very helpful because so many times you have to click and do the things. But in particular, suppose that you are looking in the short interval, you want to do all these things. So enable that automation for few hours and complete, and then all things will be done. So this was the one rule, right? And now create a rule. you can those are the predefined rules, right? Those are the predefined rules. Okay, predefined templates, right? You can use these predefined templates as well. When all child's use are completed, then close parents. When parent is completed, then close all child. So basically we need to add this one also. If we need, we are looking that when parent is completed, let's complete all child also. Let us make it enable also. So what will happen here? Go inside the backlog, right? I'm on backlog, and what is the rule? When parent is completed, I want my all child should be closed. So let us fifth story. Okay, it's already done. Let this task one create some child. Child 1, child 2, child 3, right? Now suppose I am making it done. What will happen?
All child will close.
You see, actually it was taking some time to propagate. Done? All three done? Sometimes what happens, you have too many child tasks and hundreds of main tasks, and you know that everything completed, or somehow you want to make all child tasks to be done, because if you have to complete the sprint, and if child tasks are not done, then this will not allow to complete the sprint. I hope you know this one, guys. Even if I make it everything done here, done, and if I return to rules, these are the rules, and let me disable both, right? I can disable here, and let it also be done. And suppose this task has one child 1, right? And if you try to mark this, and let me mark it done, right? And let me complete this sprint. You see what you are getting here? Sprint cannot be completed as there are incomplete tasks on the following: MFSP 6, MFSP 15, right? That is also here, and this is the example I was giving on, right? So even if this is done, try to complete this sprint, it is not allowing to complete. So what is the reason it's not allowing to complete this sprint? Simple. Any answer, guys? Because this MS15, this one, I have created a task, child task, which is still in to do. That's why it is not allowing to close, complete this sprint. So you see the benefit of automations. I am using predefined templates. These are the different predefined. When all subtasks are done, move parent to done. When parent is done, move all subtasks to done. When a sprint is completed, create retro notes in Confluence. Confluence is one of the software of application of for managing the documents in managing the documents. You want to put some notes in Confluence that this sprint is completed, so you can do that like that. So these are the different automation template is there. According to your need, whatever your understanding, you can use this one. You can create your own also. How? These are the triggers. Triggers like, let me give you an example. I'm creating a task here or a story new. You see this task is not assigning to n. Okay, I think this is by default assigning, because there is a already I have done some setting whenever task for task. Let us choose another one. Whenever a sprint created, from this board, then add an action you can do lots of things here. Whenever a sprint is created, create a branch in GitHub, create a sprint, another sprint, start runbook in Azure, send an email, create issue, send web request, send toolview notification. So toolview should be integrated, that to someone else should be sent. Send an email. You want whenever a sprint is created, email should be sent to the user, right? So different actions can be. Create a branch in GitHub, suppose this one, right? Connect. I'm not sure, maybe some issue in connection. It's not identifying from here. It should identify. Let us delete. Other conditions. Whenever a sprint is created, create an issue for everyone. New sprint. Sprint meeting. All should join, right? So what will happen here? Same project, same issue type in same project. Why it's giving error? Okay, let us try. Whenever I'm creating a sprint, what is happening? A sprint is created, right? So logically one task should be created here. Somehow that is not working, but one task should be created. create sprint. One task would become here. That's not working. Let us try some different automations. Return to rules. Create rule. One issue is created. Add an action. Comment on issue. Please look into. Right? What will happen here? Anybody can help me to understand? I'm creating an issue, new issue here. Right? Now let us see. You see what is happening here? Anybody can respond what is happening here? What's automated? Any response, guys? When I had created an issue, what I had automated on each issue creation. JIRA will automatically send one message. Put a comment. You see automation for JIRA, please look into. Is this visible, guys?
Yes.
So there are different rules are there, some templates are there. So if you're looking to automate any process inside the JIRA, go one by one, look into what is going to help your purpose in your working, so that you can save a lot amount of time and utilize in other stuff. So this is one of the good tool and features of the JIRA you can use. So thank you. I think this is the last topic which I am about to share with you. So please let me know if you have any question. We are about to conclude. If any question, please let me know. Okay, sure, Ramesh. Yeah. Okay, great. So I think we are done, and thank you so much for this opportunity and being with me for next 2 hours and listening to me. It's almost one-way webinar. I say webinar, definitely it will be one way. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you, Rasid. Thank you, Alvin. Thank you so much. Alvin. Thank you, Krishna. Can we get recorded link? I think the link is already, it's a recording. So I'll tell the backend guy to provide you the recording. Yeah. This session is, I think it's already recording. Yeah, it's already recording. Thank you so much. Thank you, Megla. Thank you, Vishali. Thank you, Pushpa.